Okay, here we go. Another Friday, me answering questions. I want to thank you guys for actually sending me questions because it gives me something to do. Like, it's already 10:15 and I finished all of my work for the day. Welcome to working at a university during the summer. Without further ado, we'll get on to some questions here. Fairy Tiger asks, what's a movie that means a lot to you for personal, emotional reasons? Maybe not necessarily your favorite movie, but one that holds significance for one reason or another. The first one that comes to mind is The Exorcist. When it was re-released in theaters, I knew how excited my mother was to go see it, as was I. I'm a huge horror film buff. And she was sort of skating around the issue, and I finally asked her if she would come and see it with my friends and I one Saturday afternoon. And I think that meant a lot to her. And it was just really fun that, my mom got to come and hang out with my friends and I, and we saw a really great movie. So, The Exorcist, as weird as that sounds. Um, oh, I hate you. Triple Pirouette asks, watching your students, do you ever lose faith in the future of humanity? Or are your students all wonderful examples of how the human race will flourish and move towards a utopian ideal? I know I complain about the students a lot, and there are quite a few ignorant little shits. But overall, I would say the students that come to my university are incredibly hardworking, and a lot of them, are paying for school themselves and are the first in their generation to go to college. So take what I say about my students with a grain of salt. There are a couple little shits, but other than that, they're great. All right. Sorry, that was rude. Liz asks, what my favorite West Wing episode is and why. Thank you. Have a nice day. This one's difficult. I have a lot of favorite West Wing episodes. King Corn, 17 People, Noel, We Killed Yamamoto. But overall, I think this was actually asked before, or my favorite scene was asked before, but Two Cathedrals, when Bartlett is in the cathedral raging against God after Miss Landingham's funeral. It's so powerful and so emotional. It's just probably one of the best hours of television ever written. So I'll go with Two Cathedrals on that one. Okay, AECW asks, if you could combine any two of your fandoms into one amazing fandom, then write an awesome fic about it, what fandoms would it be, who would the fic involve, and what would it be about? Oh, fuck. Maybe after all of this talk about Parks and Recreation and Game of Thrones, that would be amazing. It would be so ridiculous, but it would be amazing. Oh god, who would the fic involve and what would it be about? I don't even know. Maybe Khaleesi trying to set up a zoo type deal for her dragons in one of the parks, and Leslie having to approve it. I don't know, but I'm really excited about that idea. I'm excited how excited people who work on both of those shows are about that idea. So yeah. Sorry, I'm very parched this morning. Through the Wild Blue asks two Sherlock-related questions. What is their perfect song, ship-wise, and why? And who pines for whom before the fall, in between, and after Sherlock's return? So right now, I've been listening to the song "Come Back When You Can" by Barcelona, and at the moment, I think that sums up their relationship pretty well, both of them. If you go and listen to it, let me know what you think. I don't know. I was listening to it when I was writing last night, and I think it's very relevant to the both of them and relevant to their relationship. This is after Sherlock leaves, but so go listen to the song and let me know what you think. I love it. I honestly don't think anybody was really pining for anybody before the fall. I think they were both coming to terms with the fluctuations in their relationship, and perhaps there were some new feelings that had arisen, but neither one of them had really evaluated them fully. In between, I think. In between. I think this means. Okay, yeah, during. While away. Sorry, I thought you meant in between the scene when he was gonna jump off the building. Spoiler alert: Sherlock jumps off the building. Um, I think it's a very much a mutual thing. More so, I was reading something the other day about how when Sherlock's away, he realizes that the one thing that's been a constant in his life is John, and the one thing he's counting on is John, and the one thing he wants to get back to is John, and not so much his life, but his life with John. So I think that the time away is much not beneficial to Sherlock, but I think he reaps the most emotional awakening from it. I think John is very much more ready to say, my best friend's dead. Holy shit, I love my best friend, than Sherlock would be. So I think it's much more complicated for him in the interim while he's away living life as a dead man. And after Sherlock's return, I don't think there's much pining. I would prefer there not to be any pining when it comes back. I would prefer John to just run to him and then start snogging like crazy people, but I think it'll be a mutual pining. Because the writers aren't going to give a shit. So, let's say, for the sake of their friendship, they'll both be pining away for one another secretly. Diafina asks, OTP of all time, sing a verse from your favorite song, favorite fandom you've ever participated in. OTP of all time, Mulder and Scully, Forever and Always, 5 Ever and Always. If you know me, you know how much I'm obsessed with the X-Files and have been since I was about 7 years old. So that tells you something. That's 19 years of fandom participation with the X-Files. So, Mulder and Scully, you have no idea what hell they put me through. Sing a verse for my favorite song. I'm not going to sing it. I will say it, because I can't go back and edit this, and when it comes out all warbly and disgusting, I can't go back and change it. So, A is for angry, which is what you are at me. A is for adult, which is what I'll never be. A is for applesauce, my favorite meal. A is for asshole, which is how I sometimes feel like I'm the only man on earth, and I've forgotten what that's worth. That is A by the Bare Naked Ladies. Favorite fandom I've ever participated in? CSI springs to mind immediately. I met so many people, and I went so many places and visited so many people across the country through the CSI fandom. I mean, they got me on set. I got to meet the stars. You know, I was quite friendly with a couple people in the cast for a while. So, I won't say quite friendly. That sounds weird. I'll say friendly. I was friendly with some people in the cast for a while. Yeah, so CSI, though, I'm digging Parks and Recreation big time. I think all of you ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure there are a few of you, are just fucking fantastic. I think you're all so fucking great and sweet and talented, and I love everybody who loves Leslie and Ben. So, I mean, Parks and Rec fandom, you're all great. Okay. Project 194 asks, because of tonight, talk about Polly Vinny, how do you feel about the possibility of them living together? But sometimes Snooki comes and they have a party, just the 3 of them. But also sometimes they drink wine and bitch with JWoww. And also they babysit Snooki Jr. And all I want is for Polly and Vinny to be old, married, adorable Italian men. Yeah. Subtle homosexual undertones on a reality TV show based in the Jersey Shore. Right? I'm obsessed with the notion that Polly and Vinny have very complicated feelings for each other that they don't understand. I'm obsessed with the idea that, you know, they constantly think to themselves that they never thought they would find such a friendship being thrown together on television. It's probably all orchestrated by the producers. Like, I'm 90% sure. But there's that 10% of me that really wants them to just, like, make out a little and be happy together and be really super hot. They would be a friggin' hot couple. I'm obsessed with the idea that maybe on the side they sleep in each other's beds when the cameras aren't rolling. And I don't know. Yes, I'm writing a real person fiction about that too. Don't tell anyone. What are 3? Oh, sorry. It's for pictures. excuse me, asks, Jesus, what are 3 shows that were canceled that you'd like to bring back? Oh, Jesus Christ, hang on. Sorry guys, allergies. 3 shows that were canceled. Can I say Arrested Development? Because it is coming back. I guess I can't say that, huh? Because it's coming back. Breakout Kings. I never actually got to go back and watch the rest of the first season, but what I saw of it I really liked. So, Breakout Kings. Free Agents with Catherine Hahn and Frank Azaria. I thought that show was hilarious. It got canceled, and I was very, very sad about that. And, The Lone Gunmen. I love those adorable little idiots. I really wish they hadn't canceled The Lone Gunmen, but I know why they did. I understand, Fox. I understand. Anonymous asks, are you really from Boston? And can you say a couple words that would make us know that you're from Boston? Who wrote this? Alright, I'll just give you what you want. Clam Chowder, Wicked Pissa, going to see the Red Sox. I went to Harvard to get a burger. This is wicked retarded. I don't know what you want from me. That's all I'm giving you. That is all I'm giving you. And the last question, ooh, I like this one. It's also from It's for Pictures. If you suddenly found out there was a zombie apocalypse, what would you grab from your office to help you survive? Well, certainly not my little psych squeezy pineapple. That wouldn't do much of anything. Neither would I. I'm showing you the cool things I have in my office now. And my rubber ducky army over there. Oh god. Nothing in here would actually help me survive. If you're talking about my office as a whole and not just my own personal office, maybe the giant blade on the paper shredder, that's a good one to rip that off and just use a katana style and behead some zombies. I think I'd be pretty good at that too, because I've watched The Walking Dead pretty extensively, and zombie movies in general, so I've been paying attention. I think I'd live quite a while during the zombie apocalypse. For what it's worth, if you're looking to, you know, team up with somebody in the event that zombies take over the world, there are worse people you could team up with than me. I'm just saying. And that's it, because I can't answer this last one because it takes way too much thought. Maybe next time. It's about Chopped. I actually really have to think about it. I was the asshole who didn't look at any of these questions before I decided to answer them, so if it's a little bit, if my answers are a little bit jumbled, you know why. But thank you again, ladies and gentlemen, for asking me some pretty great questions on this Friday and giving me something to do. And maybe we'll do this again next week. I say maybe, but we probably will, because I get really bored on Fridays. Really bored. Like, really, really bored. Like, I'm gonna probably watch some Doctor Who right now and try and write some Sherlock fan fiction. Yeah. Okay. So, everybody have a great Friday, and